So why don't I talk about the positive things about the black metal scene? Let's find out. I received a comment the other day about the black metal scene and how I focused on the negative things, and why didn't I talk about all the positive things? And I understand that some people have a romantic view of the scene, but I can assure you that this romantic image is pure nonsense. There was nothing positive about the black metal scene. Nothing whatsoever. Not even the individuals in it contributed in any positive way. The whole extremist thing, the whole extremist concept that Euronymous created and pushed was motivated by envy and jealousy. He didn't want the other bands to succeed, so he pushed the bar higher and higher in order to be accepted by him as the central figure of the whole scene. His own band was in ruins, as I explained in one of my other videos. They didn't even rehearse. They had one decent song, Freezing Moon, and whilst he was in this situation, he saw that all the other bands were doing great. They released albums, they became famous and so forth, and he was envious. And his motivation to create this extremist scene was to sabotage the efforts of others. He didn't want them to succeed, so he raised the bar too high and made it impossible to become accepted. And if you weren't accepted, then you could just stop playing, according to him. So it was, I'm sorry, there was nothing positive to say about the scene. Personally, I would say that many of us were misled and manipulated, in a sense that we thought that this was something positive, but it wasn't, and we never had the experience that it was. And with time, I quickly realized that this was not the way to go, and I think others too. And this is one of the reasons we in the end ended up having this former icon, this former role model of metal isolated and disliked. And when you see people today talk warmly about the scene and try to create this romantic image, they do because they didn't know the scene. Those who do that were the ones who just dropped by his shop one or two times, or made an order by phone from his shop one or two times, and didn't really know what was going on. They are the ones who talk warmly about this scene. They are the ones who talk warmly about Euronymous. They are the ones who think that this scene was cool in any way. And again, I can say that if you want to know if a band was a part of the inner circle or not, you can tell by their dislike for the scene. If they think it was shit to the core, they were part of the inner circle, so to speak. If they think it was cool, they were not. They were just some guys in the periphery who didn't really know what was going on. That's the plain truth. Sorry to break the spell for you, but the Norwegian black metal scene from 1991 to 1993 was putrid shit to the core. And if something positive came from it, it was in spite of the scene, in spite of the people involved, not because of the scene and not because of the people involved. I can add that all this nonsense about bands being true or not true, about bands ripping other bands off and copying the style of this or that band, All of this was a result of Euronymous' wish to raise the bar so high that no band could be accepted as true, and therefore no band other than his own could ever become successful. The only reason why he didn't hold Burzum back was because Burzum was on his label. And the moment I was no longer on his label, he immediately started to see me as a threat again and a competitor, and I had to be stopped, so to speak. So it all boils down to one man's wish to have his own band become more famous and more notorious and so forth than the bands of all the others. In reality, what we, the others in the scene, who were in a sense caught up in this, we should have seen through it earlier. We did see through it, but not soon enough. But we should have seen through it earlier, and instead of calling Enslaved a rip-off band for copying the style of Burzum, I should say that I feel complimented because they think my music is good. Instead of attacking Emperor for ripping off the music of Immortal and the style of Darkthrone, they should as well have said the same, that wow, you like my style, you like my music, that's a compliment to me. And in reality it is. If some band sounds like Burzum, it's not a rip-off, it's just a band inspired to make music similar. And I am fully aware that many bands rip off my style, and in reality it's just a compliment. They don't rip it off, they are inspired by it, and I may even add that they probably even improve it. I'm sure there are many bands out there who use Burzum as an inspiration, who make far better music than Burzum, and I'm fine with it. Good luck, guys. Bye-bye.